See that we can start to use the various different resources we have in geography to continue to discuss this whole idea of what is where, why there, why care. So we're going to do this by taking a look at a few visuals here that are in actual fact just various different scenes, any visuals that you could use anywhere. So
The branch is in front of the rocks.
okay.
The very large tree trunk.
Okay,
The
so certainly from the what standpoint, we're seeing branches, we're seeing rocks. Go on, just,
It looks like it's jetting out and towards the lake.
okay, it's jutting out.
Based on the shadows, I would say it's about high noon.
Okay, very good.
Actually, I wanted to say that it kind of reminds me like it's somewhere like a beach somewhere, because I see the sand and like some pebbles
Okay,
supporting the
Sure.
branch, the large
Okay.
branch.
Far away from the forest on the side.
okay. So, and that's great because, Marcy, we just started to talk about now the where. Once again, we tend to always start from the what side. And you see how Marcy is starting to talk about the relativeness. Now, some of the rest of you did start to talk about relative location, and that is absolutely correct. So is there anything more you'd say maybe about the relative location of things in this?
It's close to the water.
Okay, it's close to the water. Okay. And I guess the point is that these aren't things that are kind of earth-shaking observations, but they're observations that we tend to make a lot intuitively, and our students are too. So it's helping us get those out. Now, what can we say about the absolute location?
To me, it reminds me of Muskoka
Okay.
region, so
Okay.
it looks definitely it's more rural area.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
not urban.
Okay, and I'm going to identify right at that point, we could, I'm sure, go on. What is important is, and this is a very important part of all our education and work that sometimes gets lost, that's prior knowledge. What you're starting to bring in is this idea of prior knowledge, and that's very important. And one of the important things within kind of the new curriculum that is focused so much on the concepts of geographic thinking and also the inquiry is not to minimize the background knowledge, the knowledge that you still need. And what happens though is by going through this exercise, we do bring in things that are familiar and that background knowledge. Now we could start to talk about, well, would you have on a Muskoka lake a situation where you couldn't see the far shoreline? So, but it gives us a great focus point to start at. And we could have a whole conversation around that whole idea about how far might that be in respect to scale and understanding in order that you can't see the far shoreline. So once again, that what is where becomes really important.